If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coach Andrew Zhao joins us on the Sylacauga Aggie Coaches Corner segment this morning, and off week for the Aggies last week, so been 2 weeks of not playing a game, and I don't know what you do for 2 weeks, Coach.
It's been a long 2 weeks, not being able to play and not, missing that 1 week, but we did get a chance to sort of hone in some things we need to fix, and hopefully we got them fixed.
Talk a little bit about preparation for the Childersburg Tigers, big rivalry game. It has been for a lot of years.
Yeah, and I'm just I'm brand new to it, but it's been a difficult one. And I say that because they do a few things defensively that can cause problems. They early in the year they were in an odd front, and now they're even. So we're looking at what are they going to come out against us in. So we hadn't really. We're just going to prepare for both and see what we come up with. But they have some spots where they are talented. So we have to be careful of those, especially when it comes down to these type of games. You never know. I mean, trick plays and the emotions of the game, and we just got to get through the emotions because it is a rivalry.
They're capable of scoring a lot of points.
They can, and they have some guys in places. Like I say, I don't names, but number 11 is pretty electric. He can make some things happen, so we got to be careful of him. And we just can't let them throw the ball around on us, and we can't let them get going. Our biggest goal right now is to start fast, and not let this be a game where it's tight in the end. We want to make sure we come out and play fast and get after them early.
With 2 weeks between games, I don't know how much physical work you do in that 2 week period, but I've seen situations where kids get hurt during an off week of preparation.
Yeah, we really, like last week we had 3 days of practice and we actually missed one because of weather, but we sort of just focused on some small things. Like I said, alignment issues that sort of got us and bit us early in the season. That caused us some problems, and then just getting good at the things that we can do, that we do well, and that's the thing that I sort of pull from the off week is try to get better at what you want to do, and give some guys some opportunities who hadn't played, who may want to get in there, and you can give them opportunity to find their niche in your program. So some of our guys have done that. Hopefully we've honed in and got better at things that we do well.
Has the physicality of practicing, has it changed?
Over the years, yes, because of rules. It's only so many days you can go in full pads, and then those contact minutes, you have to be careful and you have to keep up with those type of things. And throughout our practices, we already sort of do that, but for the most part, I don't have to worry about that contact issue. But yes, it has changed because of practice and because of they limit you of how many minutes you can go when it comes down to physical contact or when you're tackling.
Have you gotten the COVID-19 guidelines and rituals down pretty much now?
I don't know, man. I think we have. I think we have a routine, and I think our guys understand what they're supposed to do. I think it's so hard for kids to understand how the social distancing of it, of how they should do it, because they want to be a part of each other's life. They want to be around each other. They want to wrestle. They want to do all those things that we tell them not to do when your eye's not on them. So I think as adults and as coaches, I think we have, and as our administration, I think we have, and we keep harping on that because it's so important that we do those things to keep us playing. But so far, I think our kids have handled it well, and we have to continue to do the same things in order to continue to play.
And when you lay it out for kids, say, hey, if you do these things, we have a whole lot better chance of playing than if you don't do them.
That's right, and you hope they understand that. I mean, because you can only put the information in front of them, and hopefully they'll abide by them. But you have those few, man, they'll wrestle a little bit, and you say, hey, look, get away from him. But they're always together, and they've been together ever since this thing sort of broke. I don't think many kids, and maybe that first few months, but since we got back to football and school, I think guys have really they'll mask up when they need to, but for the most part, I think they try their best to abide by what we ask them to do.
Talk about where you feel this Aggie team is going into the Childersburg game.
I feel like we're in a good spot. I think we're in a. from schematically, I think we're there. I think the kids are starting to understand where we want them to be. And our biggest thing is to, once again, work on us. But I do think that, offensively and defensively, we're to a point where our guys understand now a little bit more because they've had 4 or 5 weeks to prepare during season. They've had game experience, and we've been together since June. So hopefully some of the things that we've harped on so long, they're starting to become second nature to them.
Childersburg, not a region game, but you got some region games coming up just over the hill, and that stretch outside of Childersburg will be a challenge.
Yeah, we have to really focus on the rest of our region. I think we have a chance if we can win out, we possibly can host a playoff game. So I'm looking forward to that. So every week is going to be very important for us to go out and play our best game. Childersburg is one of those teams we can't overlook. But we do have Elmore County coming up. We do have Talladega coming up. We have Beauregard coming up. So we had Hopeful as well. So we have to really focus in on those games when they arrive. But Childersburg is the one now. But those region games are going to be very important to our players and to our community.
And to be honest, a lot of people who follow football, they look at that schedule and say, hey, the schedule is favorable for the Aggies.
It really it shows that on paper, but once you get out there, how rivalry games are, how when teams really want to get into the playoffs, how hard they play. And our biggest thing is, once again, start those games fast. We've let a couple of games get tight, and then teams are able to hang around, and then we're in a dogfight at a moment, and then we can pull away at the end. I don't like that. I like to go ahead.
Why is that a trend? You think
I don't know, man. It seemed like, guys just want to fill it out. And then it also, I think, we say players filling it out. I think coaches, I know myself too, I'm still filling it out of where this team is going to play us, whether it be offense or defensively. So we do the same thing, but, you like some of those plays that you call early to sort of work so you'll know where to attack next. As far as offense goes and defensively, you sort of just wait and see what this team comes out, come out spread, come out in, so those things you got to just adjust to it on the fly. But our kids hopefully will come out a little faster this time.
What are a couple of things you need to have happen to play well against Childersburg?
I really need to get Brayson off to a good start in throwing the ball. We need to find those athletes once again and start spreading the ball around a little bit more. So we need him to have a good first quarter and a good finish. And in between, we give number 3 the ball and let him do what he do. And also find a way to get the ball to Luke Vincent, get the ball to Caleb Burns, those type of things. And then find some other guys that can help us in other areas. But we got to start fast in the passing game. So we got to get better at that because that's what we're going to have to do later on.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah. And, of course, confidence breeds confidence. And once a kid gets going, that is builds and builds and builds.
That's right. Hard to stop a kid when he's feeling confident and he's feeling good about himself. And that's anybody who's competing.
All right, good luck against Childersburg tomorrow night and the region games on the other side of that. And let's get a W tomorrow night.
That's right.
All right, Coach Andrew Zile, the head football coach. The Sylacauga Aggies with us. The Aggies travel to Childersburg, 7 o'clock kick at John Cox Stadium. More Daybreak in a minute.